This week on our farm in Portugal, we celebrate a huge milestone, our first ever harvest. It pushes me to learn some new skills in the kitchen, and a big house move gets halted by the biggest rainstorm we've had since being here. Crusoe is delighted. John builds us a bed, and we employ some heavy machinery to start getting our bamboo problem under control. But more on that a little later. We are the newbies, John, Tara and Crusoe. And we've been living an extraordinary life, committed to making our minutes and seconds count. For the last 2 years, we've been living in vans and travelling the world.
Something's just happened.
I could be wrong, but I think there's a chicken.
Crusoe has already been to 23 countries on 4 continents. We have fed giraffe, face-down elephants, kayaked with humpbacks, and played with meerkats. We've taken some of the world's greatest hikes, visited the world's greatest cities, and seen some of nature's greatest spectacles. We even got married by a penguin, but that's another story. Now it's time for our biggest challenge yet. We've bought an abandoned farm in Northern Portugal, and our mission is to turn the overgrown wreck into an off-grid, sustainable place that we can call home. Join us and follow our journey. Be brave, think big, explore.
Right, welcome back to the farm. This week is super exciting because we're about to do our first ever harvest. So we've got 3 plum trees on the property which are absolutely bursting with fruit. We've got to do something with it because it's our first harvest. We can't just leave things to just kind of fall off the tree and rot. Crusoe's doing his very best to eat his way through all of them, but this is not going to do any of us any favours. So my plan is this morning Crusoe and I are going to head into town quickly to get a few ingredients to make spiced plum chutney, which I'm hoping we will make enough to be able to go and gift our neighbours a jar and possibly even take some home for Christmas. Something I'm so excited about is that 3 different ingredients on the recipe I can get right here on the farm.
Brilliant. What's really cool about living on this farm throughout the entire year is how different fruits and different things seem to be coming into season or ready.
Yeah.
At different times of the year.
Yeah.
So I think this time next year we'll have it down. You know, the first thing that ripened on the farm this year was the cherries.
Did you drop the pencil? And then the oranges.
Yeah.
And then now it's the plums. You should see the size of the baby grapes on the vines. They're starting.
Yeah.
The apples are getting going.
Yeah.
It's really exciting watching it all come to life, isn't it?
It is, yeah, it is.
So anyway,
and learning about it too.
Exactly. So come along with me to the town of Amarante where we're going to go and do a little bit of shopping. And then we'll come back and get going with those plums.
Brilliant. I'm going to be going off in a different direction a little bit later to have a look at some wood because I like wood.
Nice.
And we're thinking about building a bed.
We are thinking about building a bed.
That'll be fun.
My vote is that John should be building it out of bamboo, but...
No, I don't want a bamboo bed.
Oh dear. So sawmills and chutney.
Great.
Got my list. Let's get going.
Okay, darling, before you go,
Yeah.
maybe it's possible for you to find a piece today that looks a little bit like that. If you can do that, then I might be able to fix the shower in the big house and we might be able to have hot water.
I'm going to do my very best. When you move to a new country, it's the little things that make you start to feel at home. Now, in Portugal, when you drive, there's these electronic tolls, and you have to go to the post office within 15 days to pay your tolls. Now, I've been really faffing about where to go and pay them because the post offices... I know, buddy. The post office is obviously in Amarante, and it's difficult for me at the moment carrying Crusoe into town. Because the carrier doesn't fit over my bump. It's all very boring. But anyway, I've just discovered, driving past this morning and seeing a sign, that we can pay the tolls at our little tiny local supermarket, which is about 2 minutes from our house. And it's little things like that that start to make you feel at home, because then you know how to do things and things become a lot easier. I love it when that happens. Crusoe, are you ready? Are we going to get stuff for chutney?
Yeah.
Good idea, hey? Good idea. Crusoe's got the list. Don't wreck it, buddy. Okay, where should we go first? Should we go to the spices? Do you know which ones we need, buddy? So this is always a challenge, trying to figure out what spice is what in Portuguese. So first things first, I can see cinnamon sticks, so that's good. Now we're going to see if we can figure out what Portuguese is for cloves, allspice, and ginger. There we have ginger, that's good. Apparently, allspice is called pimento de Jamaica. Can you help me? I'm making progress, but I found ground cloves and whole allspice. Whole cloves, that's a result. Well, I have learned something new. That is allspice in its whole form. I've only ever seen it ground before. And because it's called allspice, I always thought it was a mixture of loads of different spices. I didn't realise it was one item that then gets ground up. So that's pretty cool. I think that's everything we need from the spice section. Well done, Crusoe. Almost forgot about John's gas valve, but when one is desperate for a good hot shower, you remember these things. Should we go and ask, buddy? Come on then. So I failed with the gas connector at the supermarket. I'm now at the gas station trying to do it here. So complicated on your own sometimes. Crusoe's just fallen asleep in the car. And I need to go into the gas station to get some help, but I think someone's coming to help me, thankfully. I popped in there and looked desperate. So let's see if they can help. Okay, no luck. They don't sell them here either. Apparently there is a gas shop up in town, but since Crusoe's asleep, I think I'm going to head home. And John will have to come and do it later. We've had, as you probably know, constant plumbing problems. We have a leaking pipe in one of the houses. Our off-grid water system has been giving us a few issues with airlocks and things. We now know how to fix that, so that's fine. And now it's kind of gas that's causing us a few headaches. It's all part, though, isn't it, of buying an old property that hasn't been lived in. I think we've worked out that it hasn't been lived in for 12 years. So, you know, things are bound to have got a little bit rusty and a little bit broken. So we're just trying to figure it out. It would be really handy to have the help of a plumber. But we can't seem to find one that's got any availability for at least another couple of weeks. But we're desperate to have a proper hot shower where you don't have to squat on the floor of the cubicle. So anyway, on we go. Let's head home, make some chutney. We're back, and I am trying to get Crusoe to come here to put his sun cream on. But the little chap can see the plum tree, and he's making a break for freedom.
He is. Where are you going, Crusoe? Get the plums.
We've lost control. We've lost control of a toddler and two tiny birds.
Well, he knows exactly where the fruit is.
Can you imagine when the grapes are fruiting, the apples are fruiting, the plums are fruiting? Crusoe is literally going to just live on fruit. Kiwis. I really hope, little man, that in time you'll pick things out the vegetable garden like you do off the fruit trees. What do you reckon? Yeah, do you promise? I'm going to hold you to it. We've had to try and move the box out of Crusoe's reach.
Otherwise there would be no plums left.
He's a determined little bugger, darling, and if you don't turn around in 2 seconds, they're going to be everywhere.
Leave them alone. Just for 1 minute. We'll get you some lunch just now.
Papa? 3? Up. Crusoe has sat on a plum. What about your chicken and your duck, Crusoe? Hey? Dad's got the plums, Mama's here. You all right up there, buddy? Need help? Do you? What about you, chicken and your duck? Come on, little thing. Come, baby. Say lunch. What's that, baby? What, did Dad go that way with the plums? Wait for Mum. Tell you what, I'm currently looking after 3 babies. Now I've got to help these 2 up the stairs. I've got to help that one up the stairs. I suppose it's good practice for when the baby comes, right? At least these 2 aren't trying to eat us out of plums. Oh, you want to get to Crusoe? Fine. Oh my goodness. It is remarkable how quickly these little things weevil their way into your heart. It's taken me all of this time just to get these 3 babies up that slope.
Wow. Some of those are delicious.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Is it tasty?
Yeah.
Don't eat the pip.
Oh. Yeah, baby. Crusoe, here, I've got yours here. Yeah. Look. Yummy. Give Dad that one back.
Well done.
Good job. Are we ever going to move house?
I have been battling with bamboo, but more on that in a later episode. It's going really well. So what are we doing?
We got to move house.
So what's the plan, darling?
Well, we're going to move everything from the house behind me
Yeah.
into the house in front of me.
Yeah, okay. Crusoe's very excited. He knows something's going on. Oh, none of that mattress. Way up.
A brand new mattress and a baby who's been playing in the mud? I think not.
So, what's the plan?
Well, it was to stop him coming on the mattress, but he's on it now, so...
I took his shoes off.
Darling, look at the state of him.
Ah, Crusoe.
Out with the old.
In with the new.
We're moving into the slightly bigger house on the farm because very soon we're going to need more space. So even though we'll be sleeping on the floor and with no hot water, there's no time like the present to start getting ready for our family to become one of 4.
Do you know what I was just thinking, right? We're carrying Crusoe's cart up the stairs and I'm like, IKEA furniture's great when you don't have to build it. You just like move it. We've literally got about a mil for stopping it getting in this room.
Maybe half a second.
Wowzers, the heavens have just opened. There's literally water flooding everywhere. We've got everything outside. Oh my God, the chicken and the duck. Oh, you silly things.
Come on, guys.
Come inside.
Come on, duck. A duck that doesn't like rain.
Wowzers. Look, all the cushions are getting soaked. Oh God. Anyway, the good thing about Portugal is tomorrow will be sunny, so it will dry. Lovely, lovely rain for the garden. We like it.
What have you got? Oh, that's thunder.
That is thunder.
Yeah, it's up there. Wow.
Well, we're not going to get much moving done if it's pouring.
No, we're not.
John has promised me a beautiful 4-poster bed.
Yeah, I'm going to build that. It's rained that much that we've got a river running through the property now. Look at this.
literally waited all day to do this move, thinking it would be sunny this afternoon. I don't know why either of us thought to check the weather report, but the whole thing's basically been halted while we wait for the torrential downpour to stop. That's the most rain we've had since we've been in Portugal, by a long mile.
Did you get wet? Me too. Okay, we've got to do something about this long term for sure, because basically we're not on top of a hill, we're on the side of a hill, and the channel for all of the water from the side of the hill, this is probably why we've got a spring on the farm and a well, basically comes through our property. So it's coming down from that side and it's coming down from this side, and it's meeting in the top field right there behind us. And it's making this big reservoir, and then it's just flowing straight through the property. So we're going to have to, I think, probably at some point in the future, put some piping in and a trench, catch it. It rains up here where we are. It's a great place to live and grow stuff. Look at me, I'm standing, I'm so wet, I don't care anymore. It's a great place to own a small farm like we have, because everything's going to grow because it rains and it you know, and it's sunny and things just grow here. But we don't know quite how hot it gets or how much rain we get, because of course this is our first year here, so it's all about learning a little bit. But I think to future-proof this farm and have a myriad collection points for water, including rain, is a really good idea. I'm going to wait for it to stop raining, and then I'm going to go down to the field and have a look and see what's happened down there. I fear some damage to what we're trying to do. Everything's fixable, but it's always just like one step forward, no, 2 steps forward. Let's say 10 steps forward, 1 step back.
This week we received the most special message on Instagram from a lady called Sonia, who grew up on the farm next to ours and now lives in the UK. She wrote, "Your place was once a place filled with joy, and a big family lived there. And then all the joy and laughter started fading and ended up disappearing. So the sweet words, laughter, joy and enthusiasm you brought into that small but united community is simply amazing. And you are my link to all my memories." Thank you, Sonia. Your message meant so much to us. We feel immensely privileged to be bringing this slice of paradise back to life, and plan to fill it with happy little children's laughter for years to come.
All right, come on, Crusoe, enough of that. Let's go and have a look and see what's happened down on that bottom field. Are you coming? Yeah, are you sure? Yeah, and then we'll get you changed. Another path for the rain has been down this channel that we cleared, thankfully, but it's cut its own channels here as well. Look, a little bit more. Wow.
To have this much heavy rainfall in a short space of time does cause damage, and for a moment it can feel a little overwhelming to think that it was probably nothing compared to what we could face one day. But a short walk around the farm through the last of the storm reminded us of the abundance we already have here, and that the rain is a gift that should be celebrated. Who knows what our future looks like, with climate change looming so large in the headlines and in our daily reality. But as long as we're doing what we can each day to make a difference, we can only hope for a bright and brilliant future for our children.
So it's time to turn those plums into chutney. This is the first time I've ever made any sort of jam or chutney in my entire life. Now, I found Jamie Oliver recipe for a spiced plum chutney. And I know that I can get 3 more of the ingredients right here on the farm, which just makes me really happy. So let's go get those. First thing I need, darling, is an orange.
Okay, there's some really up there, isn't there?
Okay, could you try and reach me an orange, please?
Okay.
Thank you, a big one. There's one right above your head, that's enormous. Perfect. That's the one.
That's a great one.
Isn't it? Thank you. Love it. Thank you.
Great, let's go.
So that's the bay and the orange collected and the plums. Now we have to start pitting the plums, which is the bit I'm really not looking forward to, if I'm honest. They're really little plums and I think it's going to be really fiddly. And we have a toddler who loves plums. So I think it's probably going to be a bit traumatic for the whole family.
You know, when my mum cooks plum jam or damson jam, she would just put everything in there and then the pips would rise to the top.
I don't think that's going to work, darling.
Why?
Because, I don't know.
Because if you're peeling them, you're losing a lot of the flesh and a lot of the juice around the pip. Hello, Mum.
I'm just watching your video.
Oh, right, okay, well that's good timing because we're filming you at the moment.
Hi, Crusoe.
Hi, Granny.
Okay, we're just about to make some plum chutney, and Tara and I are debating a little bit about how to make the plum chutney. And one of the things that it says in the recipes is that we should quarter and de-pip the plums. I remember when I was a kid watching you make some damson jam, I think it was, and then pull the pips out at the end. Because if
it works with damsons, will it work with plums?
If it works with damsons, does it work with plums?
Should do, yes.
Should do. That's how you would do it, but you're caveating it with the I don't know, just in case you get 50,000 comments telling you that you're doing it wrong. I tell you what, if it tastes good in the end, there's no wrong or right way of doing it. That's the rules.
What to do, darling? The expertise of Granny. Damson jam, not plum chutney. Or every recipe on the internet which says the plums have to be stoned.
My darling, you're making the chutney. I think it's down to you to decide.
What, is that what you reckon, buddy? Crusoe says we've got to stone the plums.
Okay. All right. Tara is a real stickler for following the rules as well. Just so everybody knows that, it's extremely difficult to get Tara to break a rule.
Right, let's get de-stoning.
Let's get de-stoning. My darling, what are you doing? Are you eating all the best bit of the plum?
Seems a shame to waste it.
It does. And that's exactly what you're not putting into the chutney. What are you doing?
I'm phoning my mum. I have a quick question for you.
Yes, my darling.
We're trying to make plum chutney. Now, John's mum in the past used to make damson jam, and she would just put the whole damsons in the pot and then scoop the pips out at the end. Do you think that would work with plums, or do I actually have to sit here and de-stone a kilo of plums? Because I've only done 4 and I already just want to stop.
No, there's no reason why you shouldn't, and those pips also help with pectin.
Okay, so I should cook them with the pips in.
Yeah, I would.
John's very pleased, Mom, because that's what he said. Okay, we're going to leave the pips in. I don't really understand the difference between a shallot and an onion, but I can tell you it's not the amount that they make you cry.
Would you like me to do it?
Yes, please. It's horrible. So I put the jars in here to sterilise earlier. They're looking good. Oh, John Newby. Got those eyes leaking.
They are fierce, eh?
They are, aren't they? You know what's quite lovely is that these wooden spoons are the ones that were here in the property, and I have to wonder how many jars of plum jam they made in the past.
Yeah, I wonder.
Okay, so we just put the cider vinegar, orange juice and orange zest in there. And now it says bring it to the boil and then leave it to simmer until most of the liquid has reduced, and hopefully all the pips have floated to the top and we can easily get them out. That is such a nice way to spend a day, and to think that all of those products came from our farm and there's only going to be more. It just is the most magical feeling ever. Can't wait. So I'm pleased to report the pip removing is going really well. I think I'm nearly done. It looks and smells absolutely delicious. I have no idea if I've got all the pips out, so I'll have to have another dig, but I'd say that that's a great success.
The bed, we're going to want a mosquito net in it, and I'm thinking we just to begin with, we make it super simple, and we have 4 up poles like this. Do you like my pink pen?
Yes, really nice.
Good, isn't it? And then we have like this, like this, like this, and then across the top we also have 4. So in effect, what we're going to be looking for on this project, just to start off with, is 16 pieces of wood, 4 pieces up and 8 pieces to the side. The bottom one nice and thick and long, so the mattress can stick on it. Top one nice and like elegant and flimsy, and then maybe what we'll do in the future is we'll take these square pieces of wood and we'll get a wood lathe and we'll lathe them into a nice funky shape. But it's important right now that we get that mattress off the floor. I think I'm going to be able to get that from somewhere on the farm, that pole. But these pieces of wood, what about if we just chop up that wood there?
Yeah.
I got a circular saw and we can just chop that up and make it into, recycle it.
Perfect. Good idea.
All right, so that's the plan for the bed. Off to the shops again and buy some wood. Thanks very much. Okay, so we have been to the shops and we've bought the wood. Not actually the wood that I was expecting that we were going to buy, but anyway, here it is. I'll just talk you through what we've got. 4 pieces of this wood here, and then I've got these pieces here, slightly wider, thinner. The idea is that this will be the foot and the 2 sides of the bed. And then I've got this long, wide piece of wood, and the idea for that is that it will be the back, the headrest. So at the moment, the plan is to build a really simple 4-poster bed frame, 16 pieces of wood, stick them all together, put a base there so the mattress can float on top of it. It's a mosquito net over the top, job done. In the future, I think, when things are a little bit less hectic, because they're pretty hectic at the moment around the farm, we will be upgrading, updating, making it a little bit better. I had one idea that we'd buy a lathe maybe and turn the 4-poster beds and make them a little bit, you know, like ornate and carved. And also the bed head here, we've just got a flat piece of wood, pretty boring to be honest. I'm very confident that in the future we can do something that's really fancy with it. But what we need first is a bed to sleep in. At the moment, as you can see, we are literally sleeping on the floor, which is fine, but it would be nice to have a proper bed to sleep in. First things first, we'll cut the 4 posts for the bed and do the uprights. After we've done the uprights, we can start gluing in the bed and getting the right shape. And then that's really it. I think it's going to take half a day to make sure that those joins are good. Hopefully later this evening, we're not going to be sleeping on the floor anymore. All right, so Chris is not here now. He's just gone for a little walk with his mum, and I think we'll get things done a little bit quicker without him. It is good fun to have him around though. So we've checked all 4 sides of this piece of wood, make sure that there are no scars on it in the areas that we want, especially the really visible areas. This one is pretty good. All of them have been actually quite good. What I've done when I've been picking them in the shop is I've picked them up, each piece of wood, because this is so important when you're building anything. You're really at a disadvantage if you go into the shop and you buy a piece of wood that's looking a bit squonk. So the easiest way to do that, I'm sure you all know it, is go into the hardware store, pick out your piece of wood, have a look down its length like this. This one's nice and square, all good. And this will be a really nice piece of wood to work with. If it was bent, it would be so difficult to make it look good. And in fact, probably near on impossible without planing and sanding and trying to bend it back. So we're at a really good advantage here. All of the pieces of wood that I've picked are dead straight and very square. So it should, in theory, just go straight together. The next thing I think to do would be to cut the two ends, the two lengths at the end of the bed, the foot end and the head end, so that then pretty much we've got all the pieces of wood cut that we're going to need to cut. It's just a case of joining them together. So the mattress is 180 wide, and I've got 2 meter piece lengths of wood, so time to cut those. The same thing again, basically I'm just going to have a look on both sides and all the edges to see if there's any scuffs, anything that shouldn't be there that would just look horrible. I can see immediately we've got a little bit of a scuff here. So at the moment, I think this end needs to go. All right, I just double checked the mattress, and even though it says it's 180 wide, the mattress is actually 181. So good job, I checked. I'm going to make the bed 181 wide. In there. Well, okay, so that's gone in the right place. Pretty much nailed it. That's lovely.
Chris and I are on our way to check on the bed progress. Very exciting to think that we might not be on the floor tonight. Not that I mind sleeping on the floor, but it's always nice to have a bed, isn't it? And especially one that's homemade. I've never had a homemade bed, and I've never seen one being made. So, yeah, let's go check it out. Oh my goodness! Love, that's amazing!
What do you think?
You've built a bed!
Well, half a bed. It's not quite there, is it?
Bloody hell, I thought you just started cutting wood.
Yeah, well, hopefully the mattress fits. Yeah. Oh, careful, Crusoe, it's not stuck together yet. What do you think, buddy? Yeah.
Well done, my love. That's epic progress for a morning's work. Very pleased.
Good.
Looks ace.
Good, good. Crusoe is always getting the first word in nowadays.
And usually the last as well.
Absolutely. Well, we really hope that you've enjoyed this episode. It's been one of our fun ones, and we've really, really loved all the projects that we've been involved in.
We have. So please, if you've enjoyed the episode, hit that thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and of course leave us a comment because we love hearing from you.
And we're doing our best to reply to everybody. It's getting pretty hectic at the moment with so many comments, but we will do our very best to get back to you.
Yeah.
It is taking a little bit longer than normal though.
Yeah. Tune in next week, we'll share what the finished bed looks like. Hopefully it's finished.
Yep.
We're also getting stuck into tackling our bamboo problem. We've employed some serious heavy machinery.
Absolutely. Crusoe's third word, I think, after apple, dad, giraffe.
Have to be his four. He's got quite a few
Four.
words
He's
now.
got quite a few words. Anyway, learn how to
Crusoe's
say
next word is going to be
bigger.
Yeah, buddy. But we'll see you then, everybody. Thanks so much for being here. Means the world to us. Bye.
Last word, you see. Bye. Can you say bye, Crusoe?
Bye.
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 See you next week.
Bye. Before we go, we just wanted to say a very happy birthday to
Michelle. Happy birthday to you. No?
We're really bad singers. I don't think we should sing.
I thought we were going to do the singing together.
No, darling, I'm a rubbish singer.
Oh, okay.
Anyway.
Your daughter Keely left us a message on Instagram to say that it was your birthday yesterday and happy birthday. We hope you've had a wonderful day yesterday, that you got a huge cake with candles on it.
Yep. And that the year ahead is the best one yet. Thank you for being here and happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Michelle.
Something suspicious is going on. The boys have just wandered off out the gate. John whispering to Crusoe, "You just wait, buddy. Dad will show you how to play the game." So I thought I'd bring you along for the intrigue. What on earth are they doing? Here they come. Oh, would you have a look at that? Oh, guys. Is that for Mama, Bubba?
Careful with it.
Thanks, guys. Wow, isn't that beautiful? Thanks, guys. Love you, baby. Thanks, darling.